What was the duration of the destruction? Well, it was all at once.
Sounds like a sewing machine, you know.
It was. Bang! Boom! It's not Logan.
No.
It's Logan's dad. It's the double Jimmy show. You're gonna get Jimmy tonight on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. So this is a show where myself, Jimmy Lewis, and my co-host Jimmy Tyler will answer your motorcycle and motorcycle product related questions. You may ask, how do you guys know all those things?
I know them from hanging out with you, and I don't know as much as you.
I just learned a lot. I listen to smarter people than me a lot.
Yeah.
And so this is my 2 hours of penance that I do every week when I'm around, when I feel like it, when it doesn't seem like too much work, where I want to help you guys have better motorcycle riding experiences. So, Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. This is episode number 286. The only reason I know that is because I looked at the sheet from last week. So good thing, you guys. No Rooster Endo brought to you by Taco Moto is not happening. If you would have sent yours in tonight, you would have won. Imagine that. It would have guaranteed shot, but everybody forgot to do it. So next week there's a rush. Let's see what else we have going on. Have a question. We're going to go right to the questions. We have a question on the Instagrams. C Birch28 says EC450 versus EX450 for my hair scrambles in New York. So it's Instagram, so they have a short attention span and they can't type that much. They it's almost like they said, hey, we thought Twitter was a good idea. How many characters is that? Like 80 characters, 40 characters? We're going to cut it in half. So I think he did it in 20 characters. My answer is, I think he's talking about the gas or, let's see, ECEX.
Yeah.
Those are the gas ones. And the EC, is the EC the motocross one? Which one's, the EX is the enduro.
Is the cross country.
Or EX is cross country and EC, or MC. Okay.
I think EC is like Logan's
EC
bike,
is like an
trail bike.
enduro bike.
Yeah.
Okay, so since I don't know you from any other guys like Action Cycles or Ryan Jordan or Alex Narcasto, all these other people on there, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're an expert. I don't know if that's the only thing you're going to do with the bike. But I'm going to tell you that when you're going between those two bikes, and this is a really good question. It's valid. It's a valid question. The more you like aggressive, stiffer, all the things that you would think that would not be like, not enduro, like enduro is plusher, it's tamer power, and trying to decide which of those directions you want to go. It's pretty simple, but it's super complicated because how do you really know? What I always tell people is if you ever have the opportunity to go, if they do demo days, demo rides. KTM used to have a demo tour. I know Beta has a demo tour. And sometimes you have to pay like $40 or $50 to go ride at a track and get to ride all these different bikes. That's a great way to try a whole bunch of different stuff. You might learn things that you didn't know. But if you have buddies that have those kind of bikes, and sometimes if you just kind of, if you're part of a club, join a club, and you can talk to other guys in your club that might have a bike and you can ride their bike. But generally, what I know from racers is they all modify their bikes and they jack them all up. So it's kind of hard to figure that out. But I'm so the only I'm trying to think of when I raced a GNCC in Unadilla once. So that was and then we did across the street from Unadilla there was a motocross track that had some trails. We rode there, and from what I remember, we did it, and I did a dual sport ride, which was like an extreme enduro someplace in New York. Also, it was all on private property. And I would go with the EC, the not the cross.
I would
not
say unless you're out there in New York, unless you're maybe an A rider.
Yeah, if you're an A rider and you really want to push hard, and but the more trail it is, the tighter the trails, the more the EC is actually going to work better for most people. So that's my answer. So good to see all you guys on the grams, but now we got to start paying attention to people on the Facebooks and the YouTubes. I hope that I have my chat up. I do. Here we go. And we have questions here, but my computer's acting funny. Oh, Prairie Dog 879. That might be that Trevor Hunter's dad.
Oh, could it? Yeah.
It says, Jimmy, talk about the TE 510 Husky Dual Sport 4A. And then there's a really low mile 2009 for sale asking $5,000. So what, 2009? What? So I'm trying to think, compared to a KTM, that's just before KTM released the 500. So that's in a bad era for KTMs. That bike was a good bike. It actually, a 450 version of that actually won Cycle World's Enduro Shootout a couple of years previous, just because it was a good all-around bike. And the 510 was just like a little bit bored out, maybe a little bit more torquey. Yeah, so really nice one for $5,000. So if I'm trying to think if I have any bikes that I could undercut him with, I've got some.
I was going to say you could swoop this sale pretty quick.
I think. He reposted here. He says for a minute he got cut off. There's really nice for sale, reliable parts availability. I've been on an XR400 and I'm finally ready to upgrade. What say ye?
What say ye?
Yeah. Why are you on an XR400? Wait a minute. Oh, you think somebody that's riding an XR400 would probably want to go to this Husky?
Yeah.
I don't know what the parts availability, because that's like in that time when BMW bought them, and they're Italian. Those were Italian-made Huskies, and I haven't really been keeping track of it. I mean, I'm sure George Earl, someplace in his garage, that shop, Uptight Husky, in someplace down in Santa Ana, he probably has any part you'd ever need. But you being able to find George Earl is a whole art in itself. Yeah, because I've got some. It's no way it's as good as a Husaberg, and you can pick up Husabergs for $5,000 easy right now. Right. And the parts availability is probably a little bit better than that Husky, although I don't know. I think the Husky motor is probably more than those Husabergs. Probably a little less durable, but the plastic and stuff is probably hard to find. So yeah, Victor, amigos. Mm-hmm. Hey, so he's Victor's in the house.
What's
so
up, Victor?
Get prepared for some good comments. Since Victor's here, we should probably start with some tequila.
Not a bad idea.
Okay, so if you are Alan Brown MX, I know that guy. Oh, yeah. Hey, I wore my Moto Triple X hat last weekend on the show, I think. So Alan was a partner in that whole thing.
Should we start with some Blanco?
Yeah, Los Sundays. This is could be a sponsor. My wife got this bottle. Let's see. I'm going to go to the.
Thank you, Heather.
Watch the emergency camera here. You can put it like right by the dinosaur mount. See, that's the angle you go there. Yeah.
Tacosaurus.
So yeah, and Jimmy's taking care of some business here while we keep this show rolling. So if you have any motorcycle product related questions, go ahead and throw them up in the chat. And Devil's Rumble says anything after an XR400 is a downgrade, foo. Yeah, hey, be careful when you're pouring that stuff.
What do you got? You're tricking up your bartender.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to have a full one if you don't want one either.
You know, I do though.
Yeah,
I don't have a caution pedal.
So yeah, cheers. Yeah, I gotta be careful because I gotta push all these buttons. Hey, is the sound better this week? Just let me.
Here.
Yeah, for sure the sound's better here, and that meter that's up there on the screen says it's definitely way better. And we're like, see, and then that thing down at the bottom. So Jeremy came in here and you see that the blue thing up there? It's got that blue thing.
Yeah.
And we've got better internets. Like there's so much internets around here, it's probably giving you cancer.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's worth it for internet.
Let's see. The TE500 would be my dual sport. Okay. But that's kind of an open-ended thing. Like a question, you would have to phrase that different. Would the TE510 be a good dual sport? And then I could answer there.
Yeah, that's resale market on these old dual sports is kind of big, huh?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if you want to show up at the dual sport ride with something a little bit different.
Oh, I gotcha.
That is really, really sweet.
Well done, Heather.
Good, yeah. Okay. I don't think I did. Did I plug Yamaha yet on this part? I know I did it on the Instagrams, which I'm going to wave bye to those guys. If you're on the Instagrams, come over and follow us on the YouTubes and the Facebooks. We're live right now. We're live for about an hour and a half, and we can answer all your questions over there. It's a lot easier because then you can see some of the chats and different things. This is a podcast. It's also a live video show. It's a pod show. We don't even know what it is, but we just keep pushing buttons. Yeah, it's everywhere. You can find it however you need to. I don't know what I just did, but I got to turn this thing off. Okay, I think I hung up on the Instagrammers. Yamaha sponsors Tech Talk Taco Tuesday because they want you to be informed. And if you want to really get informed, you just go down to your Yamaha dealer and pick up a Tenere. Maybe you pick up a new WR125. I never told anybody how fast it went. There was a lot of guessing. Well, there was a headwind that day. and here I know exactly how fast it went. It went 58 upwind and 68. I tried to get it to go 69 miles an hour. So I tucked. I went arrow. I was like lifting my arms up, and I was just hoping that maybe another gust would catch it before we got off the edge. And then I redid it one more time, and it was 58 up, 54 when the wind was really blowing, but then it would kind of taper and it go 58 up, and so that gives it a net average of what 64 would be the kind of the top speed ish.
Sure.
Yeah. So, and I'm a big problem with aerodynamics and weight and all the other stuff. So,
big for that.
So 64 was the number. I got to go back and look to see if anybody actually guessed that, but that's the first time I've ever done the math. So, WR125, you go get one of those, get a nice YZ 2-stroke. Everybody's talking about these green 2-strokes that take a long time you hear them and then you don't see them for a long time. You see it. And then there's like an explosion, and everybody makes deposits, and then we don't know when we're going to see it again. It could be a while. You never know.
Oh, she's a tease.
I talked about why I thought that was last time, but
you did, huh?
If you want a simple 2-stroke with just a carburetor, which can be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Not too much electronics. The Blue Crew has you covered. So go down to your Yamaha dealer and check that out. So. I think Prairie Dog lost attention span. He's out. Yeah, he wants $5,000 or he wants to have a dual sport bike. We don't know which. Luis Perez.
$5,000's no fun. Dual sports are.
Let's see. Hey, you read this.
Okay, Luis Perez. Hey gents, first time on the show. Building my first rally bike. Sweet. 2025 FE501. Any advice on upgrading suspension? Been looking at MX Tech, Dalsago, and so on. Still new and learning. Thanks, guys.
Luis Perez, why are you upgrading the suspension? This is my honest question because I ride rally. Yep. I've been doing it for a long time. My bike that I just loaded in my motorhome that's going to go out and do some rally riding has stock suspension with. It has a preload adjustment. It has the preload adjustment ring. The what's the company that makes that thing?
X-Trig.
X-Trig has the X-Trig preload adjustment ring, and I'm running a 1-rate higher spring front and rear with a higher oil level in the fork, and one small little modification in the fork that puts a compression adjuster on the one side. Okay. Because the rebound side that kind of doesn't do anything. So just some setup that we came up with, after I rode it stock for a long, long time.
Right.
And I just was getting picky about, I want to fix it. So I knew exactly what I wanted to fix. I have a set of Kreft suspension that's probably south of $3,000 worth of modifications. I have the Del Saggio kit that he's looking at. MX Tech makes a lot of really good looking parts and stuff like that. And I tell you what, that my favorite set, just for consistency, for all around. I mean, I don't know kind of the speeds that we're going to be going in this rally. I've done it before, so I have an idea. But this set of suspension is it pre-ran the Nora Mexican 1000 before the race, so it did that, which is, I know exactly what that is. But it's super versatile. So the question is, Lewis, what is the problem with the bike right now that you want to upgrade?
Well, and it maybe doesn't even sound like he's ridden it yet because he's building it.
Right.
So your suggestion sounds to me like it is go ride it. Don't do anything.
Right.
Till you've ridden it.
Yeah. Well, and especially if you haven't ridden it.
I don't think he has.
I know if you haven't really ridden it, like put 20 hours on the suspension, then have it serviced.
What's that about?
Something like that. Just put some time in the suspension, have it serviced, then ride it again and see how it is, and then decide what you want to do after that. And make sure you have the right springs in it. That's always the same. When you start putting these bigger tanks on it, because I imagine you're going to put a 5-gallon tank. And here he comes back with the new comment.
Oh, a lot of guys have said to focus on suspension, but like the internet is full of nonsense.
Hey, we're on the internet.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're on the internet. Just part of the problem, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I
agree.
My first go-to with anybody that's coming at me with a question is, I'm going to give you the probably the most affordable answer first. That's where I start. But then if you just want to kind of go, I have unlimited funds, I don't care. It doesn't really change what I'm going to tell you, but I will tell you how to spend all that money. I mean, you can go do stuff and you may come out with a worse result. Mm-hmm. This is the thing. If you kind of do it in steps, you can save a lot of money. That buys a lot of new tires. New tires never hurt. You can put new graphics on your bike if you want to do that. I never spend money on that stuff. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff you can do that, you can figure out a way to use your money to find more time to go riding. But until you identify kind of the problem, I would kind of look at, you use that as the method. It's they're and every suspension tuner will tell you what a pile of crap the stock suspension is on those bikes, because that's their job.
For sure.
And there are a lot of guys that are really good that are suspension tuners that'll say, hey, go ride it. Or when you come back in, they'll ask you what it is. They don't just want to throw a bunch of parts at it that make it better. Mm-hmm. So I can't tell you how much having the correct oil level in the front forks makes on those open cartridge forks. Or actually, it's a 25. So I think you've got in 25. I think they got a closed cartridge, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so it got a little bit better. I don't have a whole lot of time on that particular bike, but KTM's been doing a really good job. That whole group is all the Austrian brands have been doing a really good job of coming with decent stock suspension. So, but the other thing is be careful. Be careful in building your rally bike, because guys start going to all those fairings and all this other stuff.
Yeah, you should put up some more pictures of your rally bike.
First point of failure. Uh-huh. Yeah, first point of failure. Because it's they look cool and they
don't gotta look like Rickies.
No, those are really expensive, and they have full-time mechanics, and there's somebody to check all that stuff. There's a lot of little nuts and bolts in those towers and all these things, and then all of a sudden you're putting weight out farther and up forward, and then you might want to start thinking about like, oh, now I've altered my bike. I'm putting a lot more weight in certain areas, and they handle a little bit different. It's and some of it's better, some of it's worse. There's There's a reason why I ride a stock bike, and I'm old and slow. Okay. So yeah, Lewis, thanks for submitting that question.
Welcome.
Yep, we'll hopefully let us know what you do. Maybe Lewis, if you send a picture of your bike for Rooster Endo, you could get $100 from Takamoto if you win. And if you would have sent it in this week, you would have won. And if I didn't get back to you from winning last week, it's because I didn't check my email that much. Hey, Tugger makes these nice little Tugger straps. You know about these things, Jimmy?
I do.
They might be sponsoring the show. I got to get back. I got to get back to them.
Yeah, good equipment right there.
You would not believe the guarantee that comes with this.
I know. I can't find that one I shredded, but
Yeah, they have a great guarantee on these things. No questions asked guarantee. The only problem I have with these is that it's hard to use when you're by yourself, except unless you want to hang yourself. Because you got to have friends to tell you out.
Friends.
And I've been trying to buy them a lot. So let's see. Do we have a verdict on Logan's bike?
Not exactly, but
We saw a picture of the piston.
all the pictures and something would guess the bottom end bearing. Something in the bottom end, one of the bearings came out and up into the top end and just ate it alive.
So if anybody remembers my old co-host, Logan Tyler,
Yeah,
Jimmy's kid, he decided he was going to race a 125 in a night race this weekend
Yeah, in the 450 class.
in the 450 class. That's
So
good.
He makes good decisions like that.
Well, he's got a good sponsor, Woodworks. These guys right here.
Yeah.
They sponsored me in my racing effort.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even get fired when I quit.
No, yeah. We're going to rehire you here quick, too. We got something in the works.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So I was kind of hoping that Gary had gotten to the bottom of that thing and pulled it apart.
He didn't quite get there. At least I haven't seen
I was
or
thinking,
heard.
when you see the top of the cylinder, that was it still in the bike when they were taking the picture of that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, if you pull the cylinder off, it's 10 more minutes to have that case.
No,
split.
he literally only had the
Just
head off.
pop the head off.
I dropped it off to him at like 3 o'clock this day.
Oh, okay. Where and how long? What was the duration of the destruction?
It made it about 45 minutes.
45 minutes. So when it started doing something funky, how long before it quit?
He said it
was all at once.
And then he said, I just went to start it, and it just sounds like a sewing machine, no compression.
Oh, kind of like that one that I did when it ran out of oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that one was kind of locked up, wasn't it?
Well, it did that. It slowed
But then
down,
when
but
you
it was
started,
like more like it ran out of gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this wasn't that. Something scattered it kind of good.
Jesse G, when will someone famous be on the show again? What?
Like,
Do you not know? I mean, obviously he's not into doors.
he doesn't know how good I am.
He doesn't know anything about doors.
Door
Like,
God over
yeah.
there.
Yeah, this guy.
A-level door guy.
Yeah, so this is Jimmy Tyler, A-level door guy, Woodworks Las Vegas. If you need doors, that's where you need to go. They have a pretty. If you're really into racing and you want to work really hard and race hard, I think you need to send him a resume because he's got a race team too.
Yeah, well, like 3/4 of the company rides dirt bikes.
Yeah, I get brought in every once in a while when he an old vet guy.
Yeah.
So what's the plan?
Thinking the 24, buddy.
Oh, the Glen Helen 24 hour.
Yeah.
I had an offer to ride on the 10 hour with the dirt bike test team
Yeah, of course.
that I told
They're
him
too serious for you.
I told him to go pound sand.
Yeah.
I said, like,
we got them.
I told him what my
We
start
got
money.
better food.
Yeah.
We got a masseuse and stretcher.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's a signing bonus right there.
Uh-huh.
Unlimited beer and whatever else.
Right. But the problem is you gotta ride. I mean, you don't
got to race. You just got to ride.
Yeah.
You don't even got to do that, really. It's not that important either.
I have to have a few beers and take 6 or 8 hours off. How many people? You can have 6 people on your team, right?
You can have 6, yeah.
So that means you should have a 6-hour break, technically.
Yeah.
A 5-hour break.
Yeah.
Well, if you go an hour and a quarter, then you get 6 hours. I haven't done that race for a long time.
Yeah, you're going to love it.
I when is it? Is it like August or something?
October. I don't know.
October.
We
It's,
only
oh, you
have
know
like
what?
a-
It's always the same time as Rebel.
Oh,
I already have a
shit.
built-in excuse.
Shit.
Yeah. See,
Oh, no.
I don't know. We'll see how that works out.
We'll just move that little Rebel rally around. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's my only job anymore.
I know.
I have all my other jobs have just done. I'm persona non grata out. Okay, I need a garage door company that won't rip him off.
I can't even give you one in Vegas.
Hey, there was when I was doing a remodel, I asked my friend who was doing construction, Dave. I said, "Hey, what about?" And he told me a company, and it was like one of the ones that you heard about, and they were awesome. Like it was like. It was like 1-800-MY-DOOR. Or,
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's how that game's done a lot.
It was a big,
corporate
it was a
places.
big company. But he said,
I've heard they do have that.
Yeah.
Actually, those doors are super easy, Ben.
yeah. I mean, it was nothing when the guy came. I mean, you gave them the measurements, and they showed up and just popped that sucker right in, and did good. I mean, but it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be way more, but. That's the trick is how do you know which one's the good one, which one's the bad ones? You got to know somebody, like everything. That's like this show. You got to know this show if you want good motorcycle advice.
Right.
We try our best. So what else has been going on?
With me,
Yeah.
not much. Been playing with boats a lot.
Boats,
Yeah.
like because it's hot,
hot.
and you want to go in the water.
Yeah.
But what happens when they don't work?
I just work on them mostly.
And
They're
when
boats, man.
when
We never stop working on them.
All right. I watch guys at the river, and it seems like for the amount of boats when I go to Ricky's, and the amount of boats that go by, the amount that get towed around,
Yeah.
and the amount of fiddling that they're always doing, especially the ones like yours. Like yours,
Yeah.
yours has a thing that blows your ears out,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
another thing that sucks your ears in.
Yeah.
V drive, right?
V-Drive, yeah.
There was one for sale. I was going to tag you on the books of faces, but it was like a 1960s.
That's when they were all made.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Mine's an 81, which is absurd to hear one made from then. But all that stuff was figured out in the late 60s, early 70s. You've never been able to make it better.
So it's just like
True, just hot boats.
just like two strokes.
Kind of, I guess, like a little bit like a two-stroke.
Yeah. So let's see if we have any other. I had a question. Somebody texted me a question the other day, and I'm gonna call it up. He's a guy from the car world, and he sent me a question that was. It says, "Hey man, I hope you're doing well." He says, "My buddy has my Husky 350, and I'm having the fuel pump and system serviced and such. Some foot pegs and tires, etc. Anything you recommend I spend money on while he has it? I'm just trying to do reliability-based stuff since it is 10-ish years old now." So I'm asking you, what do you think I told him?
Put a better rider on it.
I don't have a school anymore, so I don't say that.
I can't say that anymore.
Yeah. Put a better rider on it. It always makes the bike work so much better. Come on. Okay. No, what advice, what do you think the advice was? Just going off my history.
Oh God, I don't know. More tires.
More tires. Okay. That would be it. He didn't put tires on there. He's going to do, he said foot pegs, tires, etc.
did, my
Okay.
bad.
So you did have tires. So that's good. So,
Fast bars, some flex bars.
Didn't do. I mean, I would just list off my sponsors. I'm like, bro, just look at my bike and copy it.
Yeah, bro. Put the Scots on there. Put
Scott
flex
steering
bars.
stabilizer. Yeah, some bulletproof designs parts.
on
Yeah,
there.
protection. Yeah. DDC sprockets. Mm-hmm. Right. You got to have that. Pirelli tires.
Yeah, Pirellis.
All the things. No, here's exactly what I said it. This may surprise you.
Okay.
I said,
You must have been polite then. That's how it is.
I said, yeah, I'll read the text word for word. If it works, I wouldn't do anything to it. If it sits for a long time, the only way to diagnose any problems that you're going to have is to just go ride it. 95% of the problems I see are from people fixing problems they don't have.
Okay. You're kind of onto something with that.
And so when
I've been guilty of it for sure.
Me too.
Yeah.
This is how I know. This is why I'm so careful about when I fix things. I make sure that I need to fix them. So ask your questions in the chat. If you have questions as simple as that. And so he got back to me right away. He said, now that advice pencils in directly with my experience of people with cars. Noted. Okay. Because
for sure.
He does stuff in cars. He knows some things. So sure, that's it's funny how you just think you get into something new or something it's a little bit different, and you're like, well, what should I do? And you just don't even know where to start. It's like if you just don't know.
Yeah. And there is that old, I think that just sticks around from million years ago when dirt bikes needed a bunch of stuff because they just were unreliable.
Yep.
So there's just got this stigma to them that they need stuff, especially when you buy them new, etc.
And for sure now with the the fuel pumps and things, that's a thing. There can be issues, and I've got 7 or 8 of them cut apart on my bench right now. That I've started, just with all my different bikes and friends' bikes and stuff, I started I'm like, hey, if your fuel pump ever goes bad, give it to me. I want to check and see what it is. And it was crazy because one of them was a kind of a low hour one. It was a replacement brand one, and it had actually rusted inside of it. I mean, there was a significant amount of rust in the motor where the magnets and stuff were.
Brass or something.
Yeah, and the strange thing is it worked for like I was down in Mexico, it worked for 3 days. Then just halfway through we filled up with gas, got about 20 miles, and then just shut off. And I was like, that's weird. And then I'm thinking, oh, what was there? Did we get bad gas? And so I played around with it for a while. Anyways, I got towed out like 70 kilometers on a short leash. Luckily, I was riding a Husaberg the week earlier, and I stuffed a tow strap. I didn't have a tugger, by the way. Oh. I stuffed a tow strap that broke twice. It was just a ratty old. It wasn't even a bungee line. I went to the store in Mexico and bought some rope because I didn't have anything else with me. But it was just like a tether. I don't know, it's a piece of crap. But those things, that's so good. So back to the fuel pump. So when I got it out, and the tank was full when it went bad, so I couldn't remove it to knock on it or do anything with it. And I checked all the fuses, and it's actually real interesting. I don't know if I've talked about this before. The way I was able to check, because I switched all the relays to make sure the relay wasn't the problem. And I'm like, hey, is it getting power? And so I took my Trail Tech, and it reads voltage.
Yeah.
And it has the voltage. So I disconnected from my battery, and then I checked the connections to make sure it was getting power. So I used my Trail Tech as a voltmeter.
Right. That's pretty smooth.
Out in the field. So I'm waiting for Ricky to come back. That guy, he was probably 40 kilometers ahead. Actually, he was 40 kilometers. He had to come back 40 kilometers to come and get me, and then tow me 50 out.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, we've done that before, haven't we?
Yeah, come find me, Jimmy, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Way up there.
So anyways, I kind of done a lot of diagnosis, but I couldn't open the tank up there was no place to pour the gas because I was going to need the gas to get out if I got it running. And, so I had this one, and so luckily I had a spare. So we got back to the town where my truck was at, and we dumped all the gas out, and I had another fuel pump pull in there. But when I took the fuel pump out, I put power to it, and it worked.
Rattled.
No, it worked.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's shaking, but anyways, so I said, I just put the new one in there, and it worked perfect, and it was fine. When I got home, like I said, I took it apart and cut it, and that's where I saw the rust in it. And I wonder if it was the gas did have some water in it that was then it rusted when it was sitting in my bag on the way home, or did it at some point sit and rust and then cause something to cause? But the contacts were good. Everything looked really good except for that one little thing. And then a couple of the ones lately I pulled apart are on 10-year-old bikes that have been sitting for like a year and a half, and they actually sludge up down in the
pump.
kind of in the pump part. And it's actually not the pump part. It sludges up kind of in the sleeve where the rotor comes through. So the pump wasn't like gummed up. It was the bushing where the rotor is. So that the sludge is getting in there, and what that sludge is made of or where it comes from, I don't know. But so anyways, back to my friend that wants to service it. If it's working, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
And like he said, that 10-ish years old, the best thing you can do is start your bike once a month. Start it, ride around the block once a month. That's the best thing you can possibly do to kind of just keep them overall nice. And then some of the fuel additives, and I've had really good luck with the Chevron Techron, the fuel cleaner additive. And I was actually I went on I don't know what I was doing. I was probably sweating my balls off, and I wanted to get someplace cool for a few minutes. And I looked at Instagram, and a kid that I used to know from Huntington Beach who worked at Fine Line Suspension, he works for Liqui Moly now.
Oh, I know.
And I got on a lot. He was doing a live. He was sitting in an airport, and he was doing this. He was answering questions, and so I kind of started, just chatting with him about like. It's funny because I know how to go. When somebody's doing a live, you can go live with them. There's a way you can join the thing. So I'm like, I'm like, hey Jason, so I went live, and I showed him my thing because he was talking about some of their additives, the Liqui Molys. They have shooters and different gas things, and he was explaining them. And that's kind of what caught me because I'm like, I have those. I've tried some of those, and I've done some of the oil additives that you do right before an oil change.
Oh,
and it really
like a cleaner.
It really does work.
Scrubber.
Yeah, it really worked. And so, and then I talked to one of their tech engineer guys at the AIM show and learned a little bit more about some stuff. And I had some, and I'm like, hey, what's this one? I have 4-stroke shooter and 2-stroke shooter. One of them increases the octane. The other one doesn't increase the octane, but it does some stuff. It's kind of like it's putting some of the additives that race gas has in it.
Okay.
So I have them in the thing. I'm like, I'm going to go do a kind of like do a test and see if I can, because I didn't really pay attention to it, but it'll be pretty good. So got a couple questions there. What is
Gary Drummond? I can't wait to get DBT's take on the upcoming Beta 250F. Wow. You know your stuff. He's talking about me about that.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you're a beta guy.
Clearly.
Yeah. Gary, you don't know that Jimmy Tyler is the beta guy. He is a beta.
Oh, yeah.
You're 490, right?
390.
390. That's what you're on, 390. Mm-hmm. I was going, was it 430, 490?
I got some weird numbers.
Yeah.
So you guys got a 250F?
No. Oh. It's not even here yet. Oh, Carson Brown wrote it. They had Carson Brown fucking hit the rev limiter a few times. Like, why do we need to test it? Like, they're just going to give it to a bunch of influencers and then Motocross Action, and then they'll call it all good. Motocross Action will say it sucks. They have to take it to Pro Circuit. You got to put a 1-tooth bigger counter shaft on, stiffer fork springs, and then it'll be good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind riding it too. I took a really good look at that motor. I saw all the pictures of the motor, and it's got a pretty interesting architecture. I mean, they're. It's
that's what I heard.
The cases are pretty narrow, not narrow, long lengthwise. It looked like they've kind of compressed it to get all the spinning stuff closer to the center, which typically makes a really light feeling bike. And Beta being a really conservative company, I mean, look at how long it's taken them to make a 250F.
For sure, yeah.
They got to look at a lot of stuff to figure it out. So. Yeah, I would like to get a take on it too. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I gotta see if I want to keep doing this anymore. I like
riding dirt bikes.
doing the work that's involved with doing this stuff. I just want to go riding. Mm-hmm. took off and went
You're
riding.
going to get so bored riding the same old stuff if you do that.
When do I ride the same old stuff?
I mean,
So I rode stuff
Let's-
this weekend. So some kid, this guy, that's the Andrew Short. You heard of him?
go shouty.
Yeah. Okay. So
Go
Andrew
Shouty.
Short had to come out here to get away from Texas.
Want to cool down out here.
No, he went and did Pulp Show, Mathis's show, and he calls me. He goes, "Hey, I got to go do Pulp Show." He goes, I don't want to, but I want to go riding with you, so I'll do both. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, when you come out? He goes, when? I go, any day. You come, we'll go ride. So he showed up on Friday night, and we were literally going to hop on the bikes and ride up to my place.
Yeah.
Well, they had an accident on the highway, and it closed down, and his flight got delayed, so everything went to crap. But he ended up showing up here in the morning, and then, you know,
I
me.
did see you took him to beautiful Death Valley in the.
It was only 117.
June.
It was only 117. It wasn't
Yeah,
that
was.
it wasn't that heat that gives you a
Hard to breathe.
yeah, it wasn't there, but it did do a little wind burn. It wasn't so yeah, we
Not everybody loves that stuff. Jim.
no, Andrew doesn't complain at all. I
know.
He did.
He's gnarly.
He thought it was fun the whole time.
He's gnarly.
It was really good. So we rode it. We rode up to my place. Took a tri-tip. It was frozen. I had to take it out. When we got down by Ballard, I had to take it out of because I had it in a packed in a bag of ice, and it was frozen. I had to take it out and set it on top so it would warm up, so it would be thawed by the time we got there. So, but I got something. You got to try it. It was good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Good.
So we and then and I've done that ride. I do that ride like once or twice a year just because it's fun. But we were on adventure bikes and fully loaded, and I forgot how soft the gravel gets on some of the gnarlier sections going through that one canyon. And it's good that you guys are going to go.
Oh, yeah.
It's good you didn't go.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling when you and
It was
up for a 500-mile ride, I might.
yeah, it was
I had a bald tire, and I went, "That's not going to work."
it was a little hot. It was and it was like right when you're up in some place where it's not, and it's amazing how good 102 feels
After you do Death Valley.
after you've done 111. You actually notice it.
Yeah. You zip up the jacket and everything.
So, but the next day we did a really bitchin' ride in some place I haven't ridden for like 10 years. I don't like talking about where I ride, but we just kind of did some. It was a little more casual, we did a full legit adventure ride. Nothing, no.
Yeah, I watched you.
Yeah, no. Oh, you got my tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw where we went. It was nice up there. The temperature was so nice, and then we had to go back into hell.
I'm gonna start selling Jimmy Lewis trails.
119.
No more doors.
No more doors, just the trails.
Sell all your trail system.
What does Dave Donnelly want?
Dave Donnelly, love to hear your thoughts on the KX 327. So would I.
It's green.
It's green.
It's green.
I mean, obviously, from a marketing standpoint, what do you think about it? I mean, like, is that a good idea for
I
them
think
to come up with a big open class bike?
I'm always stoked when there's more people to play. I was watching the motocross race the other day, and on the top 10, there was Honda, Yamaha, KTM, Ducati, Triumph,
Right.
Husqvarna. It was like there was the only thing that was missing was Suzuki. And there was Kawasaki up there. Marchbanks up there. There's Kawasaki up there. But it was pretty cool to see all of the all these different brands. But having another thing. I mean, we've all seen the there's the Austrian ones, and there's the Italian one, and then there's the best one, which is the Yamaha, because Yamaha sponsors this show. So I can't. It was funny when the KX327 news broke.
Yeah.
So I was doing it, and I had it all queued up on the show. I put the picture of it up there, but I when I push the button, like how I change the camera like this or like this, I change the camera. Well, and I went to the one that had the Kawasaki picture, it cut the sound out. So I talked about it for like 4 minutes before everybody in the chat. And then when they all told me your sound's down, your sound's out, I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh crap. And I knew exactly what I did wrong. But then I just said that was brought to you by Yamaha.
Of course you did.
Kawasaki could sponsor this, and then I would say nice things about them too.
Right.
I mean, we're not going to just talk about the only thing we talk about the KTMs is your kid's bike blowing up, right?
Yeah. He's always off doing something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
what did you guys do to it last?
He just put a new motor in it, but new top end, piston cylinder.
Right.
But the bottom end came apart. It sounds like so.
Okay.
It's too big for it. And it's too hot. I mean, I don't know.
It's too hot.
It's hot out.
Yeah.
Vegas and
but I was
June.
So while I was riding, when you're riding and it's 119 degrees across Death Valley, you're doing stuff to try to distract you from just sitting there and going,
dying.
This is bad. Mm-hmm. So I'm like looking at the coolant temperature and the oil temperature on my bike because I can scroll through the toggle on the adventure bike. I'm looking at all the different temperatures and I'm trying I'm actually going between different gears, seeing if higher RPM adjusts the temperature and stuff. The motor doesn't care.
No.
The temperature, the motor's going to run it's 200, 210 degrees, 195. It's going to run in that range kind of no matter what. The outside temperature doesn't really affect it all that much. Because it would run in the same temperature range if it were cold.
Sure.
Because the thermostat is doing its thing, and the air going over the the motor gets to a certain temperature, and the air going over the cases and stuff isn't going to kind of cool it down too much. So that's my thought. My thoughts on the Kawasaki's. I'm glad another player's coming in. I think that they could do a really good job of making something that's a different flavor.
Sure.
Knowing the way, I mean, I don't know how many people are at Kawasaki that were there when they were building the KX250 back when it was winning shootouts and stuff like that. But Kawasaki's have a kind of a middle of the road character. Even their two strokes kind of, fit in that. It wasn't like a Honda. Like the Hondas were just so polished they almost didn't have character.
Right.
Like a Kawasaki was like a Honda with some character.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see kind of what kind of power delivery they get out of it. It's once you go above 300 cc's, and this is more so from the carburation era, back when we had, 500s, and then, KTM had a 350 two-stroke a long time ago. They had a 440 two-stroke.
380.
Yeah, the 380, which was a struggle to get jetted to run right. But when it ran, it was good. And that was before it was real easy to do a lot of ignition tuning, and the digital ignitions were not like they are now. So
I got a question about it though. Do you think? And I don't know exactly how to qualify this. Should it be legal to race against 450s? Let's just say A at the highest level, AMA outdoors.
I think it can't. Oh wait, no, it's 250 stroke. Yeah, they need to throw out the displacement rule.
On the big bike class.
I actually think it should just be open.
Yeah.
I think they should throw out the
and
production.
electric bikes in there, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got to come up with something with all these different bikes.
They need to make it like Formula One, except Formula One now has too many rules. Formula One has so many rules that the team that interprets and picks the rules apart the best is the team that makes the best car.
Sure. The best lawyer wins.
Yeah, I heard that Red Bull has the best motor. There's some modifications they're allowed to be able to. There's like credits you're going to get based on how your motor performs and stuff. And I heard Red Bull has the best motor. It's like, well, it sure doesn't show when they're driving around the track.
Not really, no.
So I got your. This is a problem here. There you go.
Yeah,
we're tangling. We're crossing swords down here under the table. Okay, what is Monster Motard?
Monster Motard. Not to be a downer, but I just snapped my tibia on a ride, and I'm wondering if a guy with your experiences has any tip for getting back on the bike after what will most likely be a long recovery.
Well, Monster Motard, sorry for taking so long to answer your question, but now that we're into long recoveries, we'll come back from this one.
Yeah. I mean, what you eat, man, your bones will, no soda, shit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Your bones will thank you.
Yeah, I mean, well, for sure, just take the rehab really serious and do that part correct.
That's a couple months off, though. A few months off, really, if you're older.
Let's see. So tibia, I'm wondering how long. Which one's the one that takes a longer time to heal? Because they stick a rod in it, and you're almost good in 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Yeah, it was 6 weeks for me.
Yeah.
It was both of them, so I don't even know which one.
And is he? So long recovery. I mean, the problem is we're in this era where you watch all the top athletes come back way too quick.
Oh my God!
But they're prepped for in case they get injured. Like they're ready. Like the minute they get injured, they're ready to be on a crazy ass recovery thing that, like, they know, hey, I'm not racing, so I can do stuff that'll make it get better quickly that I can't do while I'm racing.
Let's face it, it's their job. It's a little different than when it's your hobby.
Yeah. But I think he's talking about more likely the mental side of it, you think?
Probably.
I mean, sometimes
ATV versus MX Fury. What else are you gonna do to cure it?
Well, no, I mean, just I've never. So when I've been hurt, I'm not asking myself right now, because when I've been hurt, I've ever said I'm not doing this anymore. Usually when I got hurt, well, no, I always haven't been racing. I've thumped myself a couple times, and I've just been out like trail riding or training with guys and doing stuff. And I'm usually pissed because I know I don't get to ride tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And the whole time I'm thinking about what could I have done to not make that happen? Could that have been avoided so I don't have to? But I never question, am I going to ride again? I mean, I know I'm going to ride again.
Yeah.
I want to ride again. I can't wait till I can ride again. And sometimes I ride too soon. So I think it's a little bit more about your kind of like your mental game, and just, because sometimes I know some people that get hurt and they're off and they're done. They're like, that was too much pain. I don't want to go through that again. And they kind of say, in their head, they determine it's not worth it. Sounds like he wants to ride again.
I think he does.
And,
it's part of it, man.
Yeah, but
and figuring out what to do when you're hurt is another part of it.
You just you'll be amazed at how much you don't lose. But whatever you did to break the tib, don't do that again. Mm-hmm. Ride without doing that.
Any good video series out there? Maybe you can think about his technique out there or anything like that.
No, we don't. Don't have a school anymore.
Yeah.
Balance and traction. Those are the two things you need to be thinking about those things with that. So what is Jesse G?
I need advice on attempting to build a cabinet and a shelf system.
Oh, here's what you do. You probably have a lot next door to your house, like I did, that has a bunch of like spare lumber. And then you find your friend's kid, in this case Logan, and you say, "Hey Logan, let's go out there with a skill saw on some shit." Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we start cutting things, and look at what you get.
Yeah. If I were to own one tool as a carpenter, it'd be a skill saw.
Yeah.
That'd be
yeah, probably.
There's almost nothing you can't do with one.
Yeah, my little handheld sucker. I need to get sponsored by Makita.
Oh, you got an addiction with that.
I kind of have a Milwaukee hookup, but I mean, and the chainsaw's bitching for the trail cutting and stuff like that. We did some trail work. You saw where I was like last week, right? Did you see where I was the week?
No, I didn't stalk you.
Yeah. We opened a trail up, so bitching, but we did it with, it opened it up for cars.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know where you, yeah, I did. No, I did.
Open it up for cars.
Yeah, I know where you were.
For Rebel stuff.
Yeah.
And, we used the Makita chainsaw. And I have a Makita, and we had the little I have the Makita 14-inch bar, and I have my Milwaukee 14-inch bar, Makita 12-inch bar. It was amazing how bitchin' that Milwaukee would just ripping through stuff, and how long the battery lasted, and what we got done with. And you don't have to start them. You just no starting. They're not that messy. But the problem with them, because I have little tiny freaking hands, the Milwaukee stuff the hand tools don't fit in my hands. Like even my impact gun that I carry in my truck to change my tires, when I grab it, this part of my hand changes the direction.
And Makita's the other way if you got long hands.
Yours,
I bump every safety.
See, Milwaukee's probably made for Americans, and Makita is made for Japanese guys, and I probably have Japanese hands.
Flip that around, I think. But
wait, Milwaukee is made for American hands. American hands.
Oh,
are
yeah.
big.
Okay, yeah.
American hands are big.
You're right.
And
Makita.
And Makita's made for little hands.
Yep.
Yeah. See the things you learn. Hold on a second. Wait a second. I got something for that. Oh, I can do that too. Yeah. I'll probably get a copyright violation for that. What are we moving on to?
Something that's close.
Let's go to the Blanco again. Yeah, let's do that. Let's compare it to the Los Sundays. That's the Tres Aros. So the other thing we do on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday oftentimes is we sample a little. That's plenty. Sample a little tequila. So I am if you don't know, I'm a certified tequila risto, which is something that we made up.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
So let me have that back. I got to put it on the emergency screen. Cheers. Remember Mark Daniels, by the way.
Yeah.
Mark Daniels' Celebration of Life is June 20th down at Rottweiler Performance. Mark would definitely be sipping tequila with us tonight on the show.
Totally different right there.
Yeah, this is a hard to get one. That has to be imported back. Okay. And what's the other one? Is that also Tres Ares? It's a Externeo.
This one?
Oh,
Padrino.
Padrino. Okay.
Padrino.
But they have the same cap. And one of them, check the alcohol level on the El Padrino. See if it's 40, not 38, because I think it's the thing. Okay, Monster Motard says, funny thing was it didn't hurt, but it's a 3-month recovery. Tenere kicked out in the mud and landed on my leg. Balance and traction.
100%. Yeah.
Kicked out in the mud. Usually the mud... It slid out,
like
not kicked out. Yeah, kicked out, or it cut, or you hit something in the mud that you didn't see and cut. Yeah. Don't blame the Tenere. This show is brought to you by Yamaha. I'm going to put up the Yamaha logo on this just when I say this. Look at
she's a big gal though when she lands on you.
This show is brought to you by any adventure bike is a big gal.
They all land on you. Sure. Actually, the Tenere is kind of the smallest one. Really.
Brought to you by Yamaha. Hey, Andrew, when he rode my Tenere a little bit, he liked it. Yeah,
of course.
No, Andrew can ride anything. He's a free agent guy. He likes.
Isn't his kid?
His kid's KTM kid.
That's what I mean.
But I think he's sponsored by Dad. Dad buys KTMs.
Gotcha.
So that's how it works. Let's see. So 3-month recovery. So how many is 3 months? It's 12 weeks. Yeah. Huh. You got to get a better doctor. You got to go doctor shopping.
Yeah,
and get on the horse pills too. Like when you break your bones, they have those, the calcium, the big giant. When I used to break stuff, my doctor would put me on that stuff. And this is a long time ago. So now they probably just shoot you up with something.
Peptide you up.
Peptide. Yeah. So the Tenere is
one up there you missed about
oh yeah.
Prairie Dog.
Okay, what did he say?
Why does the KTM EXC 350 motor have a much shorter top end life than the 500?
It doesn't.
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not using more revs on one of them, maybe?
They rev more, but revs don't kill a motor. Over revving kills a motor. Downshifting too soon and causing the over rev kills a motor. Putting dirt into a motor kills a motor. Not having oil in your motor kills a motor. I have a KT. I think my highest hour untouched KTM motor is a KTM 350
Really?
EXC. Yeah, the bike
Heather
the
rides?
bike that Heather has, we call it the orange tank bike.
Yeah.
And it's actually losing. It's gonna get surpassed pretty quick because it's sitting in a garage in California and not getting used that much. She's been riding another one that we have, but and I think as they've started to try to extract more power out of the KTM 350, like
yeah.
you know, there's some of that. This is a slightly older one,
Yeah.
but I don't think. And I don't. What do you equate in its top end life to? I never replace. I hardly ever replace the top ends on these things. Again, don't do it until you need to. Like, don't read the manual. The lawyers wrote those things. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. So, where's their next things? Cheers.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for your cheers. All right. Now we got Gary Drummond. Jimmy, do you have a boot preference? A wet sole or a bonded sole?
Yes, I do have a. I do have a boot preference. I really like CD boots, and I like the SRS sole, which is it's a what is it? Welt is sewn and bonded is glued, and I'm pretty sure they're both on with the SRS sole. The sole's replaceable, but that base that goes in there,
Yeah.
I think it's stitched and bonded on there. Yeah. I don't know. I've never cut one in half, but I've never had to. I've never seen one come apart, so I can't.
Why are you missing a toe then?
That was in an Alpine Star boot, and it was not the fault of the boot. Actually, it was a High Point boot, which is an Alpine Star boot. And that was the kid who jumped into was trying to win a National Hare and Hound, and you know I'm pretty sure. My theory when I was hauling ass across the desert was if I could see where was going to land, what was in between that didn't make any difference because I wasn't going to touch it. And so it was a big sand wash, and we were on top of the sand wash, but the sand wash was way faster. And I could see, and it was not a dusty race, but I could see where everybody was dropping into the sand wash, and they were kind of slowing down. And you couldn't. It was just a cliff, you know. It was but it was a big jump, and like I don't care what's underneath there. I'm going to go ahead and jump it. And I jumped out into the sand wash, and when I landed where I landed, there was a rock in the ground. So the bike bottomed out, and it just caught my foot and went underneath the foot peg. Nothing was gonna. The metal shank in the boot looked like an accordion. It was jacked up.
Yikes.
So yeah, I have a boot preference. I prefer the CDs. I really, really like a stiff sole that doesn't flex because what I just explained. And my feet. I like running still, so I want to keep them, you know, as good as I can. But that's not for everybody. Some people like a little bit more feel in their boot, and whether, you know, like I was talking with somebody the other day, and we were talking about how comfortable the Fox boots are. Mm-hmm. They're just like, it's like wearing a slipper. Yeah. And I think the protection on them, they're more like it's more like an airbag on your foot than a brace on your foot.
Right.
The Alpine Stars are just good middle of the road standard boots. I'd say the same about the Garnet boots. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of options out there. I have not worn the Liette boots. What do you wear?
I wear Tech 10s.
Alpine Stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good, really good.
I like
boots.
them. I hate the booty. I can't get it out of there, but whatever.
I was the first
They
person.
work. I love once they're on. I love them.
Yeah, I was one of the first people to ever wear. Actually, there were Tech 8s with the booty.
Oh,
it was when they were brand new because I was factory BMW guy.
Sure.
I was complaining. I had vented Tech 8s,
Ooh.
and they were going to that whole booty thing. Wait, Tech 8? Yeah, Tech 8. Yeah, because they didn't have Tech 10 then.
Yeah.
Tech 8. But it was the coolest thing because we'd finish stages, and I could take my boots off and walk around in my booties.
No, not walking in.
And not in the sand with your socks or something like that. So bitching. That was full factory. That's when you have something that nobody else has.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
our twin cylinder guys all had these bitchin' boots, and some of the KTM guys had them too because the Alpine Stars was, you know, sponsoring a lot of guys. It was pretty cool. So Okay, Monster Motard cleared it up. Definitely operator error, not the Tenere. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. What does Gary have?
Drummond said he recently got my first bonded sole CD. Excellent boots with a great foot control and feel.
Your analysis is the opposite of most people that I know that they go to the CDs and they say I can't feel anything. But it kind of depends on whether you're feeling the ankle flex or the foot bend. So the CD has a hinge on it, and it's really good. Like the CD does not have to break in the ankle flex zone where like I feel like Alpine Stars do a little bit. Those are the two boots that I wear the most because I still do a lot of different stuff. Oh, hold on a second. Emergency call.
Prairie Dog's kid.
Trevor Hunter, welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. Wait. What was that one more time?
When do I collect my appearance fee check?
Appearance fee check. You didn't get the first one? It's in the mail?
You must have missed it.
Yeah. Well, I sent it about 6 years ago. So, is your dad the one that's asking about that Husky all the time?
What Husky?
510 Husky 510.
Yeah.
That's him.
He's still. If we need a Rooster Endo, he's got a TE 510, YZ450FX, and a YZ250F all for sale.
Well, it's called Roost Ender for sale for a reason, and he didn't send it in. And if he would have won because we have no submissions this week.
Wow.
Yeah. You could have won. You've tried before. I mean, we don't have any of those rules like if you're an employee or something like that, or a slave or indentured servant, whatever we like to call you guys these days.
It's all the same.
Hey, did you get your story put up on the website?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, that was.
Did you get proofread?
I didn't have time to do that. I don't get paid enough. You didn't send me my check to do proofreading.
Must have gone to Scott or something.
Okay. Yeah. Who's Scott? Yeah. Hey, we're live here. It's Jimmy and Jimmy show. Jimmy Tyler show. Do you have any door related questions?
No
Door ding questions.
Yeah.
I got you there. Yeah.
I have a new truck, and I'm trying not to put a ding in it. But if I do, I'm calling you.
Man.
Trevor, how much to fix dimples?
What are we talking about here?
You don't know the Jimmy's truck dimples?
The
hail,
that one?
The hail damage truck.
The hail damage one.
Dude, when he was just getting started in the business, I told him, I said,
That
hey,
you can learn how to do this.
You can practice on this truck. And he just like everything, he just gave me the bird and like walked away.
How much upside down would it be after you fix that? Like
a lot.
A lot.
Too much.
Yeah. See, Trevor, that's where you could have honed your skill a little bit. You say, yeah, you can just call up 1-800-DENT-DOC, and you could have like just seamlessly blended into that to a free ad read blowjob.
If you submit your photos to 1-800-DENTDoc.com, I will personally review the photos myself. And
we got to get him dimples, bro.
With a price.
Oh, really?
And then a schedule.
Okay. Yeah. That's how that works.
Yep, that's exactly how it works.
That's the scam that your dad runs. So he doesn't really have to work that much.
He just browses Facebook Marketplace all day.
And he can't sell his damn Husky.
He hasn't tried.
And what's this with an XR400? He says something about he's riding an XR400.
That's news to me.
He's lying.
Yeah.
When did he say this?
In the chat. Yeah. Yeah.
He's riding an XR400?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about an XR400. We're a little too far because David Donnelly says he doesn't have any tequila, but he's tipping a JD Tennessee Fire in honor of Mark Daniels. Yeah, good. Good for him. Hey, Trevor, what's your favorite boot?
CD is my favorite boot.
Really?
Not for comfort, but for overall feel, the bike and everything, I like CD the best.
Huh? The new, whatever they call the new boot, or do you still like the old Crossfire?
I've only tried the Crossfire and the Atojo.
The Atojo has a new
Do you
name.
have that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I like
called
the Crossfire still.
It's called. I should know this kind of stuff, but I only have one pair. actually, so when we rode across Death Valley and it was 100 million degrees, I wore my old Ajotos, which are some of the worst fitting boots.
Yep.
The call, it doesn't close properly, like the upper thing.
Yeah.
It's made for somebody with like calves, the giant ass calves. Like you need to have a knee brace and a big old fat leg.
Yeah.
But the best thing about that is if you're not going to ride, because when I ride with them like in the trees and like sticks and stuff and like gravel goes in them, horrible. But those boots, when it's 1,000,000 degrees out, you can actually angle your foot around and you can have air channeled out. They're almost like vented. They fit so bad up top. They're almost like vented boots. It was really nice. And I wore them because I thought that would happen and it really worked out. So the more you know. Hold on. You can't hear that. We just did. So how can I help you tonight, Trevor?
I'm just calling in.
Oh, you're just calling in to say hi.
Just say hi.
What, wasn't there a mountain bike race tonight?
Yeah, it didn't go so well.
Oh.
So I figured I'd call in here.
Did you DNF or would you drop out?
I finished, but it wasn't very good.
Oh, well, you've taken lessons from me and just quit before the finish. You know, like quit like, you know, don't do the last lap. That's my new thing.
Get a flat tire.
Yeah, you know, whatever you have to. I just said I'm not having any fun, so I stopped.
I thought about that.
Wait, what? So what's coming up? So somebody wants to know when we're riding the new Beta 250F.
Great question.
Yep. Have you got that? Have you been working on? Because that's too much work for me. So I'm hoping you'll arrange it.
I'm at the point where I'm waiting for them to invite us over.
Okay.
So
I'm waiting for him to send us a check, you know, to sponsor this show.
that too. That would be nice.
That wouldn't hurt.
Where's our ad guy?
He's in Havasu.
Oh boy, he's done. He's done. You're not getting anything out of that guy.
Does he have a boat?
Havasu in the
He
summer.
does have a boat.
Maybe Jimmy should hang out with him.
He's done.
I
He's
think
done.
he should.
He's done. Write him off.
People want to know what
Write 'em off.
you think about the Kawasaki KX327.
27.
Yep.
It could be really good. Just my initial thoughts reading the press release. They really emphasize like off-road and rideability and low-end power and control. So I'm feeling maybe it'll be similar to like the TPI KTMs when they first came out. Maybe. And just be very smooth. And,
Really?
I mean, just based on the press release.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but they really emphasize how smooth and controlled the power is and everything. And like, they didn't really put any emphasis on like, you know, two-stroke hit or anything like that. Whereas,
you know what? So the way I looked at it, the interesting thing I saw it. So the KXXs are motocross bikes that they kind of made off road.
yeah,
And the way it looks like this, when I read this, it's almost like they made this as an off road bike that they also make as a motocrosser. So it started off road focused and then pushed it. So what you're saying could be true. When did we get invited to that intro, or just Scott goes to that one?
Scott's the factory Cowie guy.
Yeah.
Man, those bolts last couple years have made him their top priority, I think.
I tried to get now you have to remember names. I tried to get him on the show when they announced it, and he said he didn't know anything about it.
Brad,
yeah.
Yeah, I asked a few questions before the press release before we dropped it in news, and he didn't have really any info.
So you run in the test rider circles allegedly. Any testing of that bike in the States that you're aware of?
So I just actually ran into Sean Borkenhagen, one of their main test guys.
Right.
At the mountain bike race, and he said he hasn't even ridden one yet. And they don't have any in the States.
Yeah.
but they should have one any day or any week now, and he'll get to ride it then. But I mean, he said he hasn't ridden one yet.
Yeah,
so.
So just knowing some things, and you know some of these things, when you have a electronic power valve and fuel injection, you can make a bike do a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And some of it isn't good for durability.
Yeah.
So I think that that's why we heard a sound, whatever it was 2 years ago, and we just saw a picture of a bike. It'll be real interesting. It'll be real interesting to see what happens when we pour some American gas in that thing.
Really?
And then they have to pour Australian gas in it, and then they have to pour European gas in it, and then it can't. Yeah, that was my hot take on why it took a long time. They probably expected it was going to be ready to go, but then when you start putting these bikes through durability cycles that some of the manufacturers really like to do, it's tough.
Sure.
Because all you donkeys out there that want to, you're going to take it and modify it, and then it's going to blow up because you're going to do something dumb to it, and then you're going to say that it's a bad bike.
Mm-hmm. The American way.
The American way. I'd drive a top fuel dragster to work if I could. I hope I get stopped at every stoplight. So, what else? What other do we have? Let's see. Gary Drummond says, I like watching Trevor smoke guys racing a 300 plated dual sport.
I like watching him ride a TTR or whatever the hell it was.
He didn't do anything on a TTR. He does. So Yamaha. Hey, Trevor, do you know that Yamaha sponsors this show and Dirt Bike Chest quite a bit?
Yeah.
How come you're racing all these other bikes? What's wrong with the Yamahas?
The Yamahas are so good. I want a challenge. So I had an inferior product.
Yeah, exactly. Yamaha is so
Great
good
answer.
that if
Great
you're
answer.
such a good rider like Trevor, that you ride other stuff because you need a challenge. That I hate to steal from you, but that's the reason I ride some KTM sometimes, because I still need a challenge.
Yep. I was the only good soldier that ranked the Yamaha first in our 450 shootout. So clearly their money got to me.
Oh, which since you know me so well, which bike would I have picked? The Triumph? No.
There's no way.
No. Okay. Here's something, Trevor. Explain why one Triumph is your favorite bike and then you hate the other one, and they're the same bike.
They're not the same bike. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I haven't spent a whole lot of time on the motocross bike to really know, but our off-road race bike feels like a motocross bike with an 18-inch rear wheel. It's got a super stiff front fork, zero low-end power and torque. It's all just it's like a 350 motor. It's all high revving RPM power. And so on like a fast GP track, when you have good traction and soft dirt, it's okay. But anytime you get anywhere slower speeds or rocks or limited traction, it's so hard to ride that bike. 'Cause it's so the fork really, especially, just you have zero feel on the front end and
Right.
zero predictability. And then with the high revving motor, you can't ride it a gear at all to help calm it down. And so it just kind of compounds on itself. Whereas that enduro bike, suspension, it's on the softer side, but that's kind of a good thing. And the power is so torquey and so good in the bottom of the mid that it's just super smooth and easy to ride anywhere you go.
Yeah, so the funny thing is that so it's the Triumph T. You got it. So it's a TF. What? 450.
450C is their race bike.
The C is the race bike, and the TF 450 E is the enduro. Or okay.
Yeah.
So if you park them side by side, could you tell the difference?
They look near identical. I mean, aside from the lights and stuff, but
Right.
they look identical. I know the E has a longer swing arm, and like 10 millimeter shorter forks. And I need to reach out to the Triumph guys to see exactly what's different. I think like the rake and trail numbers are different on the two bikes.
Well, yeah, the swing arm.
Because of the swing arm and the forks.
Yeah, the swing arm would do that for sure.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, it doesn't take much.
Yeah, so the frame itself might be identical, but with that frame or the forks and swing arm and everything, it rides completely different.
Yeah.
And so our plan is we have both bikes right now, is start taking parts off the E and bolting it onto the C, and see if that longer swing arm helps, or what can fix that C to make it more like it.
Because I liked the motocross bike. For motocross, I like the motocross bike, and when I rode the motocross bike, I said this is going to make a really good off-road bike. Kind of the same sensation I had with KTM's for the most part, in the 450, 500 range. And the Triumph definitely was more of a revving style of motor on the motocross track. But that's what kind of blew me away by the when we rode the off-road one, the E, it all of a sudden it was kind of, they filled in some of that low end stuff that was missing, and it still revved fine. So remember, everybody hated that bike, and then I was the only one that liked it.
I loved that bike too that first day.
Oh,
but it's interesting. It just brought to my attention that Motocross Action, they did their first ride report after that day on that e-bike.
Yep.
And they said, if you ever want to win races, you can't ride this bike, and blah, blah, blah. and everyone that's ridden that bike on our side has loved it. And like, we just won the 10-hour Glen Helen on it.
Wait, you won the 10-hour Glen Helen.
I did, yes.
Who'd you ride with?
We had Gary Sutherland and Sean Lepanovich.
Huh.
So
how'd you sucker those guys? Did you ride? Did you pay them?
No, they paid me. They helped cover the entry fee.
Oh.
and they bought gas, which is expensive these days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. Hey, how come you couldn't get me my start fee appearance for the 10-hour? Because right now Woodworks Las Vegas, Woodworks Door and Frame and Door and Frame.
Door and Frame.
Woodworks Door and Frame is courting me for the 24-hour on a team that's going to be much more fun than a dirt bike test team.
The dirt bike test senior team really wants your services. Especially because I might make them race the Yamaha again. So I think you're the perfect candidate for that.
How do they do on the Yamaha?
It's still not their favorite bike.
No, I mean position wise.
I think they won the 50 class.
Okay, so they won on the Yamaha.
And then they finished like 14th overall, but the banjo bolt on the rear brake came loose. So they lost almost a whole lap trying to rebleed it. If they wouldn't have done that, I think they would have been 7th or 8th overall.
Okay, so wait a minute. How does a banjo bolt come loose on a bike?
I would say, I don't know, but we had this exact problem at 24-hour last year on the Yamaha. And so clearly it's not a fluke thing, because this is now the second time it's happened. Okay,
so you're saying that if you have a Yamaha, I should check the banjo bolt on the rear brake on a Yamaha, on the caliper, or on the
caliper.
Huh.
I think we were looking at it. The little metal piece of the banjo is really long and kind of sticks out. So if like a stick or something hits it, I feel like it'll break loose super easy.
Yeah,
and it's not gonna take much to break it free enough to get some air in the line. So
if you would have had a Bulletproof Designs caliper protector, could that have made it less possible to happen?
Potentially. They had a disc guard on, but they weren't running the caliper guard.
Oh yeah, see, there we go. Bulletproof Designs could have solved your problem and got them from 15th overall to 7th overall with one part.
Or if they just ride properly and don't use the rear brake, then it wouldn't have mattered, right?
Yeah, because all the rear brake does is slow you down. I don't know. That's something I'm very famously known for saying. The rear brake slows you down. when you're riding.
We had
don't use it.
Gary Sutherland on our bike, and he really likes the rear brake.
Oh, he turns them blue?
Oh, we went through some pads pretty quick.
Wow. Yeah, well, I could fix his riding, but it's probably too late.
But it is funny that like we were at the Triumph, and we have suspension revalves, a stabilizer, and a gas tank, and like motor is completely stock, chassis all stock. And we still, even with like guys like Gary who rides super hard, super aggressive, just hammers the bike, even guys like him are raving about how good that bike is with really hardly any modifications. So I think that kind of shows how good of a bike that 450E is.
Yeah, I think, I like when I rode it, I knew it was a good base. It was it's just like, some bikes just, it's a really good base. I think that's not too bad. So, and then what about, when are we riding the Ducati dual sport bike, Trevor?
That's a good question.
You don't have that figured out?
One thing at a time.
You gotta quit pulling dents out of cars and start getting on the horn and making dirt bike tests the powerhouse of product testing that it's known for.
I'm trying.
The place where I tell everybody where it's at, but we just none of us are really putting in a hard day's work, if you know what I mean.
I think about doing hard work.
So, okay. Well, glad you called in.
Yep.
I know usually you kind of shun away from this program, but you must need money.
Yeah, I think it's my 6-month period is coming up, so I figured I better make myself seem useful.
Oh, that's right. I did send some invoices out the other day, but I'm just going to put it all in my pocket and forget that it showed up. Hey, the other show, I did a show a couple weeks ago, and I got like millions of dollars donated, because they can do it through the whatever the YouTubes. You can push a super subscriber review button or something. Your question goes to the front of the queue. So if you have a question right now and you want to spend some money, click on that button right now, and Trevor Hunter can answer your question, and I will only take like 70% cut of the money that comes in.
I'm going to change the bank account that Rout's doing. Mine in there.
Yeah. Well, right on. Well, good on you. We'll just send over the sponsorship agreements and contracts for the 24-hour, and we'll see how it works out.
All right. What bike are you preferring to race? Then maybe we'll make it happen.
I'll ride anything. I don't care. I just want to ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to record this and send it to the
50 plus team.
Yeah.
Well, I might have another job that actually pays real money that week, but I'll definitely put it up against the offer from Woodworks Frame and Door and Frame, Las Vegas.
You should man up and do both teams.
There you go.
I've ridden on 2 teams at a 24-hour before.
Of course you have.
Actually, I didn't. One time I rode a lot of the 24-hour, and I wasn't on any teams.
They're not checking.
I think you were there, Trevor.
What year was it?
I don't know. You were just a little kid.
I mean, I've been to every single 24-hour ever, so I was probably there.
Yeah.
But
Were you there the year that I won overall gloriously, the very first year?
1999.
I think. Go look at the biggest trophy in the world out there in the center in Glen Helen. My name's right at the top.
I think it's 1999.
Yeah.
I was like 6 months old.
Yeah.
I'm probably there.
Good times. XR 600, Johnny Campbell, Dre Dirks, Jimmy Lewis, and who was our other?
Tim Sab or Hendrifeld?
Nope. It was me, Johnny, Dre, and
Chuck Miller? No.
Nope. It wasn't. He was guy. It was
Childress? No, I've been too early for Childress, probably.
Torsten Bostrom. Was it Torsten? One of the Boston
wouldn't know
brothers,
that.
maybe. I don't know. You have to look at the damn trophy. I can't remember these things, Trevor. I can barely remember how to start this damn show and push the right buttons. It's bad. But you know what I can remember? Jimmy, it's time to get in some dark tequila.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, Trevor, we're going to let you go. We're going to answer some of the questions that we don't have on the show right now. And we're not going to do Rooster Endo, brought to you by Takomoto. That's takomoto.co. You could have won $100 by submitting a Rooster Endo entry. If you don't know how to do it, you're going to have to listen to some of the older shows where I explain the rules, because I'm done explaining the rules to everybody. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we'll catch up soon, Trevor. See ya.
Later, Trevor.
Bye.
That was Trevor Hunter, everybody. He is the key component to keeping the glue at dirt bike test fastened together. Is that the whiskey?
Oh, it's whiskey?
No. This is the one that's hard to figure out what the name is,
I
because
can't read it.
it's
Tequila.
Guava de Oro
Wow.
or Cava de Oro. Guava de Oro. No, this is really good. This is
Is it?
actually it's a good finisher, especially after the Tres Aros.
Sure.
Yeah. So cheers.
Cheers. Clink.
So the Gary Drummond says the 450 EDS review sounds good. What's an EDS? And then he also says some Thai banjo bolts sound like a good idea for the blue bikes. Why? And okay, so my next question is, why would Thai
Hold better than.
hold better than the standard ones? So what Trevor's talking about is there's where the banjo bolt bolts into the caliper, there's a metal kind of connection where it goes from the line to the caliper, and he thinks that is sticking out and somehow is getting tapped. And if you would
It's
tap
more
that,
spinning the line.
it's moving the line, which is
That
loosening the
inevitably
bolt.
grabs the bolt.
Yeah. So, and then Taco Mike sure likes the Triumph
it's-
450. Well, why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I think it's actually a really good bike. I mean, I wasn't expecting much when I went and rode the motocross bike for the very first time. I was kind of like, eh. But the way things are today, there's so much, I would say almost compute, where you can analyze everybody. You can see what everybody else is doing. You can analyze it, and then you could say, let's take, if this does this and this does this and this does that, let's try to get one that does this. And you can take all that data and do so much more than, it's not like guys, hand welding frames or, machining aluminum and all this other stuff. So there's lots of things like that. Let's go to, I'm going to go to our YouTube community and what happens. Oh boy. Trevor did talk about putting this, all I'm seeing is comments on our 450 off-road bike shootout. So I'm going to go ahead and make this thing better, and Jimmy's going to read the questions, and I'm going to comment.
Okay.
So what does Mark Fitzsimmons say?
Fitzsimmons, how does a bike with a small MX fuel tank win?
Well, I'll tell you what happens. First, I have to read this to know which one won, because I don't know. But I think,
Who's got the small MX tank? Yeah.
I don't think the Yamaha wins. But the Yamaha has a small. The FX has a bigger tank. The Kawasaki has a standard size tank. The Honda has a bigger tank. I think the Triumph is a little oversized, and the KTM is. So it must be the Kawasaki must win. I don't know.
Yeah.
I should read the test. Trevor wanted me to proofread it a couple times, and
The riding ain't been that good around here, let's be honest.
dude, it was 119 in Death Valley, and I could not think of anything I wanted to do more than ride across Death Valley. Well, actually, I rode across Death Valley to get someplace to go riding, but like, I'd rather ride across Death Valley at 119 than proofread. Yes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then, then the other thing is, after you ride across Death Valley at 119 and you say, I'll go look at that, Trevor, you don't want to look at anything. You kind of want to just shoot yourself. And then where I was, I didn't have any internet connection, so I couldn't help. And then actually I was supposed to do it before I left, but I got so busy getting excited about riding, I forgot to do it. My fault.
Yeah. Too big golf, no riding footage.
Well, there's probably riding footage someplace. I don't know. I'll look at this.
It'll come. It'll come.
Should I should probably put the video up on the screen. Let's see. Adam in Hong Kong. He's talking about our Conquering the Big Bear hard route.
Oh, wow. Guys do it on a CF Moto 450 MT. Dudes in Spain smash enduros on them.
That wasn't the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was to take small bikes.
And we got good bikes here.
Adam Dement says,
Tell Yamaha we would like them to come up with a serious competitor to the new Cali 2-stroke and enduro and the Euro enduro bikes.
okay, I'll tell him.
I'll tell them.
Yeah, but Yamaha's just keeping it simple with the YZ250 2-stroke and the YZ125 that just rips. If Logan was riding a YZ125, he would have been ripping, not getting towed back to the pits.
Oh, he pushed it like 2 miles.
He pushed it.
2 miles.
That guy's tough. That's good. I like to hear that. Somebody actually replied, and they said,
You just said it. Yeah, hit it again.
no Ducati or Zook.
Oh, no.
Well,
that's on.
yeah, that's the reply.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, here's the reply. Here we
They
go.
will have a Cowie. They will have to if Cowie sells a lot of them.
Well, the problem is there's a finite number of people buying motorcycles. And this is what you people that are out there that want everything handed to them on a silver platter and think a motorcycle manufacturer can just develop a bike out of nowhere. It costs a lot of money to just come up with something new or different. And if you're going to take, so let's just say a Yamaha, and you're going to make it into what a Fantic 300 is.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a perfect example of what you could do with a Yamaha. So it's a lot of Yamaha base, but Fantic, and I've been trying to find out like what the actual agreement is, like why they're allowed to take
Use
a Yamaha and turn it, how they're allowed to do this. And every country has different regulations about how many parts it has, where it's produced. There's a lot of stuff. And they can only bring so many of them into the United States. There's a lot of things. So if you look at a Fantic and you see all of the changes, and some of it's just kind of like added, it's just sort of added on. And I mean, it's a finished product, but you look at it and you go, well, okay, that, and maybe Fantic can do stuff that Yamaha can as far as durability and different things. So if you want a Yamaha, just go buy a Fantic. Because that's kind of it,
Yeah. Okay, so since you said that, it costs a lot to develop a bike. Has anybody ever gotten more bang for their buck than the Yamaha on the YZ250 and 125?
Well, Honda just discontinued the XR650L.
Oh, there you go.
That's a bang for the buck. What about the KLR 650? Has long runs.
Yeah,
they just upgraded a few years ago.
Yeah, but they sell 20 YZs to every KLR. So.
I don't know. I've seen MIC numbers before.
Yeah, you probably know a lot I don't know about.
And you'd be.
I only know one little world.
Yeah, dirt bikes. And so no, I don't know. I don't think it's not as easy as you would think. Let's just put it that way.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Either way, Yamaha got their bang for their buck on that development.
Yeah, and if Kawasaki sells a lot of them, I tell you what's going to happen is like everybody's going to go, well, we're too late to the game.
Sure.
Because like I said, it's just a finite number. There's a lot of people that are going to abandon their Austrian ones to get something different. They just want to kind of change it up. And Honda will never go back to 2-strokes, but if Suzuki or if, Yamaha decides to, reintroduce some sort of 2-stroke, there'll be a number of people that will buy that. But I think Yamaha's pretty happy with how many YZ250 2-strokes that they sell. And just kind of keeps going.
Sure.
Okay, so
no Ducati or Bill Coddington, no Ducati or Zook.
No, we couldn't get them. So Suzuki doesn't make the 450 off road, which West Coast Frisco says, and the Ducati isn't available. I think the Ducati is available. So what's crazy is Suzuki did used to have a RMX 450, and they could probably just re-release it tomorrow. And it'd be just like the bike that won the Supercross championship. Someone needs a nap. Tucson Dawn says he does.
Tucson Dawn, I'll do what I want.
Yeah. Well,
Not so nicely.
yeah, I that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Cool.
I'm glad.
Why do you
that-
watch it?
I'm glad that we get a comment like that, and then actually someone takes the time to reply. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Conquering the Big Bear.
Oh, yeah. It's all about the rider from Nate W.
Yeah. Oh wait. Stack Smasher says
Excellent show.
he's talking about Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. That's the This is actually really old. I brought this up in the last show and I read it because I just like to keep reading. It's an excellent show. I don't know which show he's watching. So, anyways, we answer all of your questions, whether you comment on our YouTube videos or answer in the chat. San Felipe Bob says cheers. So cheers to you, San Felipe Bob.
SFB, man. What a rad dude.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
So he's cruising through the internets and doing this stuff. So we're going to start wrapping this thing up since we don't have Rooster Endo. Not brought to you by Takamoto. Takamoto would bring it to you, but you didn't bring it to us. So Takamoto can help you out with, especially if you're looking to get an ECU for one of your bikes, some different tuning and stuff. They have all kinds of setups. Go to takamoto.co and check that stuff out. Of course, what are other sponsors? They're all floating around up here on the billboard that's going behind me. So things like
around.
Scott, DDC. DDC was our original sponsor. Said, I'll sponsor that show. Bulletproof Designs. They do not make balsa wood parts, just for me. You know about this thing.
I do. I love it.
Yeah, front disc protector.
Not balsa wood, by the way.
No, it's a maple? Birch? What do you think?
I'm
Oh, wait, you're a wood guy.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
cherry.
let's go into your realm.
It's cherry.
It's cherry.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't know this.
I mean, it's been with the CNC marks kind of throw it off, so it's hard to say for sure with the grain. But it does have like some curly that maple would have in it, but I don't know if that's CNC marks or not. But cherry, possibly.
Right. We'll have to get Bud to.
Possibly like heartwood out of maple,
Yeah.
which is a rare to find heartwood, but that'd be what you do with that.
Huh. I mean, that would be. You'd have to start with a pretty big chunk of wood to make this.
You'd have to get into the heartwood on
I wonder if
maple,
they just. I wonder.
where you get stuff like that. It's,
I wonder if they.
I don't know a lot of maple in it.
How would they make that? Would just cut it into the same size as like the block of aluminum they started with, and let the.
I think you just throw it in the same machine, man. I mean, if it can cut aluminum, it's going to rip
It's
through
gonna-
that.
Would it mess up the? I mean, like, would all the wood get stuck in the?
Oh, he probably spent a minute cleaning stuff. He is.
Yeah, 'cause
it's not really meant to clean.
Yeah,
You know,
a little different, but yeah, no, this is a super cool thing.
it is like one of my favorite things.
So this thing that we're looking at here, I'm going to put it up on the emergency screen right now. This is a special piece that Bud at Bulletproof Designs made for us because I do nothing but complain about how these front disc rotor protectors. This is a front disc rotor protector, which I'm allergic to these
Yeah.
on a motorcycle. And because they affect the handling in my weird world.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's aerodynamics. Actually, you know what I think it really is? And this one doesn't have it. But the fact that it's bolted, this is bolted to this now, the fork lug. It stiffens the fork lug. I don't know. I felt it. There was a bike that I liked. And we did some stuff to it, and I hated the bike. I'm like, what did we do to this thing? Did somebody over tighten the fork pinch bolts? I just went through all the things. There was one of these on it, and we took it off, and all my problems went away. And this is a long time ago. It was a Honda CR450X, the old Gen 1 one. And I had one that worked really good, and we were testing some stuff on it. I think they did some mods to it, and it turned the bike into a pile of shit. And I'm like, I mean, everything. It was the motor got worse, the handling, everything got worse. It was the point where I'm like, why can we just leave it alone? Like, it was fine. But, you know, and you got people wanted to bolt stuff on and do a project bike, and it was horrible. Yeah. When I took this off, it got 50% better.
There you go.
Yeah. So
All right.
I wish Bulletproof Designs would make a front disc guard for Showa forks. No, you don't.
You sure don't.
No.
Not according to Jen.
They can make the lower lug thing. So if you take this and you just cut this fin off the front, it's an okay part. Yeah. So, and that's the crazy thing is, well, I have the lugs that I bolt on. That's just the lug protector, and I don't have that same sensation. Although it's not on the same bike.
Is
It
it
wasn't
plastic or
no
aluminum? Or
aluminum.
wood?
A Chirby's makes a plastic one, but yeah, they make a nice aluminum one, so you're not
never mind.
whacking your
They
stuff.
make plastic stuff.
Because
do that.
I've done two things before. I've hit the lower part of my fork enough to where the bottom of the fork doesn't come out. You literally have to, grind it down to get the cap off the bottom of the fork.
Yeah.
Yep. And so these will fix with that. But I just don't know if that tying those 2 points together would make that much of a difference. And I know on road racing, when they go to radial brakes, it makes a big difference. Going from the normal mount to a radial mount, it changes the way that the bike handles and stuff. And that's why they have brakes on both sides, so your bike doesn't turn when you're on your brakes. Okay, I think that's about it. I think we've run out. We've answered every question in the motorcycle universe. Yep. I will go watch our 2026 450 off-road shootout. Brought to you by Dirt Bike Test. You can go to www.dirtbiketest.com and check that out. Comment, leave your questions. I will try to get back to those on the next show. I have no idea when the next show is because I'm going to go riding.
Yeah.
That's a good plan. You're going to go. What, you're going to try to sink a boat or blow a boat up or what?
We'll go wreck a boat. Yeah.
Wreck a boat.
Gonna blow motors up.
Yep. We should start investigating some night riding. We could actually, what we could do? We could do this show and then we could just take off and go on a nice ride with vented gear.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time, but then we have to, cut out the tequila testing. So we'll figure it out. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining in. It was awesome time. Jimmy, thanks for coming out.
Happy to do it, guys.
So for Jimmy Tyler, this is Jimmy Lewis. Thank you for watching us and listening to us in whatever format. And with that, hold on, I'm going to do one more of that. And we will see you out in the trail. Cheers, everybody. Now I got it. You'd think I'd remember how to turn the show off all the time. I have to push one of these buttons here and it just... If you liked what you saw in this video, come check us out over at dirtbiketest.com on the webs. We have bike tests, product tests, a lot of fresh dirt, and you can even support us by clicking through our links. Hopefully, we'll see you out in the trail.